In this session, we're going to talk through the different types of widgets that you can add to any of your Insights dashboards within JupiterOne, as well as how to edit any existing widgets so that it can be customized to your environment and use cases. So if I click here on our applications and jump into our Insights dashboard, again, it'll pull us into our home dashboard. And if I open up this drawer on the left-hand side by clicking this arrow, there's a board that I've actually pre-configured for example's sake. So if I click on that one, what I've done is gone ahead and configured each of the different types of widgets that you can configure within your own environment. If I come in here and I click edit, in this example, each of these widgets are based off of a JupiterOne query. And an example of the syntax that that query or that this specific widget is looking for can be shown here at the bottom, as well as some informational things to keep in mind as you're building these out. So in this example, we're finding users and returning a total count of users across all of our JupiterOne integrations. I didn't do anything with number ranges, but what you can do is say that you're expecting a certain number of users within your account. Say that number is over 2,000. What you could do is say, I want to return a green status or positive. This is a good status. If the number is greater than or equal to 2,000. However, if that number is kind of in that warning, or intermediate in between state, I could say if the value gets anywhere between 1,000 and 2,000, it's okay, it's still not concerning. But if this number dips below, we'll say, so we have full coverage, 1,000, then let's display that number in red so that we know that we need to look into that. Maybe our users haven't been configured in one of our integrations, or one of our integrations stopped working, then we can specify that as well. We can also format the number as a specific, if it was a currency number that was being returned, you have some different values that you can select from. And you can also select the number of decimals that are being returned. So we'll go ahead and save this, and we'll see that the number is now in green instead of the default blue because of our edits. This second example, this is a pie chart. If we edit this, again, here at the bottom, we're expecting 2 or more pairs of name and numeric value properties. So what we're looking for here is, and we'll actually jump back out to this view, but the different data stores and a total count of data stores across our accounts. And so you see JupiterOne Dev has 235, and you can see that displayed over here on the right side, etc. Jumping into the line chart example, if I click here and edit, what we're seeing is anything that's been created in the last 24 hours, and we're grouping that by region. So again, here we're expecting several X and Y values, and we have the option to group these series into named line sets. So in this example, we're finding anything that has been created in the last 48 hours, and we're returning the created on date as the x-axis, the total count as the y-axis, and then if there were multiple regions, let's jump back to this example, we're seeing US East 1 is the only region where items have been created, but if we had other regions, so say US East 2, we'd be able to see a separate line depicting that. Jumping into bar charts, this example is the top 5 most open PRs by person. And if I click in to edit, This one again is expecting one or more X and Y values. And we can see that we're looking for any users that have opened a PR, and the state of that PR is open, and we're returning the display name as the X-axis, the total count as the Y-axis, and we're ordering them, you can see from left to right in a descending order and limiting it to 5 results that are being returned. So we can see both Mark and Xander have 12 open PRs. Anthony has 7, Nick has 7, and Christian has 6. In the matrix example, this one is showing us our firewall matrix. But if we click into here, this is expecting X and Y row and column names, just as any of the other examples before. Also, there's an optional label that can be shown within each cell, and additional properties returned will be shown as a key value. So in this example, we have our firewall matrix that is connecting our firewall to our network, and then displaying as the X-axis the firewall display name, the Y-axis as the network display name, and then a bunch of other properties that are being populated into specific cells. And we can see here that under internet, right, we're able to see which are allowing egress, which are allowing ingress, as well as when available, the type, as well as the to and from ports. We have tables, and these are the default views, default what is being returned from any of the JupiterOne queries in the landing page. But we're looking for the most recent people. And one thing to call out here is that within our Insights application, there's currently a limit of 250 rows that are being returned. And we recommend using limit and order by so that you can sort and limit these results down to a subset of the most important data. And then finally, we have what JupiterOne is famous for, but our graph view. In this example is users with devices. And the only thing really to call out here is that from anything that you would list out, if you include return tree at the end of your query, this is going to allow you to have this default graph view. We've talked through the different types of widgets that are available to be built and edited within any of your JupiterOne Insights dashboards. This gives you the power to create these dashboards, but edit as well any of the existing ones that we have out of the box to include additional properties or context that you may have so that you can get the most value out of your dashboards.